Are you living in a state of fear? Watch this video all the way to the end if you're ready to go from living in a state of fear into a state of flow. People obsessed with power, domination, and greed thrive on your fears. They feed it so that it will continue to grow every day. I can promise you that wherever you want to go, and whatever safer, more equitable world you hope to help create, will not be possible if you are constantly driven by fear. Feed what you want to grow. Feed your hope, your peace, your joy, your empathy, your compassion, and your vision for a better future. Starve everything that leads to you feeling hopeless, feeling despair, discouraged, and powerless. Our current state of affairs in America is the result of decades of anti-Black racism, lies, and propaganda that have convinced a vast majority of white people that your power, freedom, access, and opportunities are in jeopardy due to the following three false concepts. False concept number one: government programs geared towards giving Black people access and opportunities that we were denied for centuries to correct and repair the generational damage, trauma, and financial disenfranchisement of systemic racism is what's causing you to not be able to live the quote-unquote American dream. You can look up affirmative action or recently diversity, equity, and inclusion. False concept number two: Black people are your greatest enemies. You should be very afraid of us, by the way. And we are your greatest competition due to false concept number one. False concept number three: Black and brown immigrants are the sole reason why the quote-unquote American dream is so difficult for many white people to attain. Now, you and I know that these are all lies. However, it's easier to tap into white people's misdirected fears about Black people and Black and brown immigrants, even if those fears are rooted in anti-Black racism, lies, and propaganda, than it is to allow them to have unlimited access to the facts and the truth, through books not being banned, through unlimited access to libraries and museums and factual, unbiased media sources, etc. Why? Because anti-racism education and accurate, unbiased facts about U.S. history typically motivates people to challenge the status quo and not repeat this country's racist past, and also to work together towards equality and equity and justice and liberation. Now, they can't have that. The wealthy white men of the billionaire class, along with their enablers, are fighting hard against the inevitable racial and ethnic demographic shifts, sociological shifts, cultural competency, and awareness that has been happening in the U.S. over the past 60 years. They are crashing out because they're trying to stop the inevitable. They are afraid of what the future will look like if it veers too far away from the past, which is why they are trying to erase and rewrite history while simultaneously attempting to revive the evil systems, laws, policies, and practices of our country's racist past. Here's the deal. Don't let fear control you. Stay in your flow. The ones who resist change and fight it are the ones who end up overwhelmed with fear and crashing out while missing out on the opportunities that change brings. Do everything in your power to create safety and equity and liberation for all, and stay in a state of flow while you do it. There's a difference between fighting the changes and flowing forward in spite of the changes. There's also a difference between recognizing your power to influence changes that are causing harm and throwing your hands up and freaking out because you feel like what you do doesn't even matter anyway. It all matters. So are you flowing through the changes around you by staying grounded in your values and your purpose, connected to your power, and positive about the possibilities of the future? Or are you stuck in a cycle of fight or flight mode? Free yourself, free your mind, and don't let anyone or anything steal your joy. I can promise you that wherever you want to go and whatever world you hope to help create will not be possible if you are living in a constant state of fear.